Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo, the game in which we read a lot of text and we make snarky comments about it.
And silly voices as much as possible.
Damn it, Austin! We know that! I am Madhog Master, this is the Bar Arc Varon, and tonight, please welcome our beloved member of Team Yume that we don't get to see more all that often, Mr. Mark Big Black Hatman Nicholson. Yay! Woo! Yay! Woo, 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 clap sounding noise. Okay, Mark, glad to have you here tonight.
Glad to be here.
Let's see if you'll be as glad by the end of this session.
Okay.
We'll have to see about that.
I'll
Foreshadowing.
probably survive. I'm good. I'll survive.
Well,
I've went through worse.
well, in case you need it, there's always a window or whatever's behind door number 2 to get out of this playthrough.
Well, last time we had you, we were reading that crazy fanfiction about the equally crazy vampire lesbian unicorn pony.
Yeah, that was pretty nonsensical. Yeah, that was.
Yes. Let's just hope that by the end of this session, the school won't blow up. Let's just hope that's
No
the
casual
case.
terrorism this time. Okay, well let's avoid casual terrorism.
Let's just hope so. So, okay, Mark, would you please read the text that's before you so we can actually start this, playing the thing that we're supposed to be playing or
Okay.
reading
All right, I'll read the text here.
with your other guy's voice that I can never remember the name because he has
Wallace, the snob guy.
yes, the fake British sounding guy.
He's not British. Why does everybody think that? It's totally Bostonian. But anyway, all right.
Oh, sorry about that.
No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's just like I based it totally on a Boston
I
accent.
mean, it does sound more British than the VAR does. So.
Hey,
Oh, poor the bar, man. All right.
Sorry, Deb.
Okay, let me get into that. Today's art club meeting is currently on hold while everyone waits Namiya to show up. I take this time to try and explain my theory about Yamuka to Rin.
Yamaku, it's the name of the school.
Yamuku. Okay. Yamuku.
Yamaku. Repeat after me, Mark.
Yamaku?
Yamaku.
Yamaku. Okay.
don't worry, he gets
Yamaku.
like this with
All
me
right.
as well, the condescending git.
The Japanese is beyond me. I'm not very good at pronouncing any of that stuff. I don't know a lot of Japanese media, so except for a few Akira Kurosawa films. All right. Okay, I'm still reading.
Yes.
I've tried to figure out what exactly about the school feels so special to me. A concept I unsuccessfully tried to explain to Yuko the other day.
Yuko being the shy librarian.
Okay. Shy librarian, all right. It's still different, but the track meet and the time I've spent observing my fellow students have helped my ideas mature a little.
And this is Rin.
Have you noticed that
Okay.
people talk all the time?
Yes, Devar will be the voice of Isao. I'll be the voice of Rin.
By the way,
Okay.
you see this pointer here? If you see a name up there, that means it's someone else talking. The narrator doesn't seem to have a name. It's just Hisao's inner voice, what sounds very
It's
posh.
It's just disembodied voice number 293.
He is God. We'll just assume he is.
And it's actually the internal monologue of the main character.
Oh, darn it.
I can't really
Maybe
explain it. I can't really explain it, but
It's you, Mark.
Once again, as I try to explain my observation, I'm struggling for words.
You don't seem to be struggling for words.
Too articulate. The student body is heavily clicked, and I'm only now beginning to make sense of the intricate grouping and popularity networks. Yeah, I had a lot of time reading there. When it's against the white, I can see why there's problems.
yeah.
And yet the feeling of being a part of a group is stronger here than I remember it being in my old school.
I'm trying to say that this school isn't like other schools, or at least the students aren't even after discounting the obvious. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Oh, that's the answer.
I don't know what you mean.
That
Yeah,
is the-
I kind of know this character by now, by heart.
This is the face of someone that it doesn't get anything in life.
But she's
That is-
perfect, and she's perfectly okay with that.
Oh well, whatever then. With my
Yes,
squall
everything-
voice.
Everything is whateverness.
I want to pursue the issue, but at this point, Nomiya
Nomiya.
arrives.
Also, as we know him, Professor Tim Curry, Fat Tim Curry. There he is.
Doesn't he
This
look beautiful, Mark?
This lovely guy with that beautiful, that amazing pink jacket and that tie to die for.
Don't you
Is he
just...
wearing is he wearing a pink Nez piece? Is he wearing like pink little glasses? Is that
Yes,
what
he
he's wearing?
is.
Yes, he is.
What purpose do those serve?
An art teacher. Do you need an explanation?
Don't you just want
Okay,
to take him
alright.
into your... Don't you just want to take him into your arms and carry him over the threshold?
I think I'd go to the other side of the street. My goodness. Wow. All right.
He is not the most terrifying thing in the school. You haven't met Misha yet.
Okay. So fashion sense is apparently not a dress code at this school amongst the staff. So all right. The teacher is wiping sweat from his forehead.
Yes, he look. What are you saying? He looks fabulous.
It's like he raided Liberace's closet and only got the worst stuff.
Oh, Mark, do you see why we need Mark more often on this thing?
Atrocious tie. All right. Okay, let me try and read this line. The teacher is wiping sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief and breathing rather heavily. He quickly glances over the room, then settles down a bit.
Hello. Apologies for being late. Is everyone present? Good.
I like how his name, now that I'm thinking about it, is all white. It's not pink.
Yeah, well, I think judging by his tummy, I'd say the shirt occupies 80% of his body.
That's a shirt.
unless it's fused with its skin. I must confess, I haven't really planned anything for today, as I have been extremely busy lately, but I'm sure we can come up with something entertaining, especially for me.
I want to know what this guy was busy with. That's vastly more interesting to me than the rest of the story.
All right, guys, I'm going to see your nopes and raise you 2 more nopes on this.
Anyone have suggestions? I was thinking we could have a discussion circle, since we haven't had one in a while. I, at least, found that last one magnificently enjoyable.
That face.
Now, I believe this guy has been involved in organized circle activities, but they weren't discussions.
Yes, we made all possible jokes about that topic already.
Did any of them include cults?
That's me. Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right. There are some murmurs here and there, but nobody raises their voice in support or against Mr. Naomi.
No, me.
Naomi.
I'm going to mispronounce every name in this as often as possible now, just because I can't help myself. Nomiya!
Mr. Naomi Campbell.
Mr. Pneumonia.
Okay. We could delve into various movements of art. I vote for surrealism. Oh, does anyone want some German expressionism? My face is German expressionism. Or does someone have a good topic in mind? Not pop art, please, not pop art. Come on, throw it out there. It doesn't matter if it's silly or odd, like my shirt. We can always cook up something interesting. Isn't art fabulous?
Yes, I would like to bring up my last week's art exhibit of basically using my own corpse as a means of art by throwing myself out the window of this particular one. Yeah, you should come see it, all the red I've used.
But Devar, how? If you're a corpse, how are you here?
You may never know.
That jacket can never die. That's the thing. I think the jacket just cannot die.
And again, swamp.
Nobody seems to be brave enough to make such a suggestion.
I was brave.
I just think they're like just nervous about what this guy is gonna do.
I'm sorry, Devar, but the self-deconstructivism is a no-no.
Aw.
Self-deconstructivism.
As the awkward silence refuses to be broken, I lift my hand up in the air.
No, Hisao.
Oh, so
Why would
dramatic.
Why would you do that? Oh, our newest friend seems to have something on his mind. So, what's that? Speak up. Speak up, my boy. Speak up.
Well, I don't know about anyone else.
Splendid. We'll do that. Except.
I don't know about anyone else, but I've always wondered why art exists in the first place.
You couldn't possibly ask a more complicated question, like what's the meaning of life?
Philosophically, why? Okay. Oh, I gotta read this line here.
Yeah.
My voice trails. Is that trail? My voice trails off. A silence sits in the room, and nobody makes a follow-up on my meek suggestion. It was meek, apparently.
Yeah.
Then the teacher bursts in laughter.
And he destroyed his mic in the process.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Everybody silently slips from the room at this point, I assume. Now what happens next?
Come on, class, we must leave this boy to be on his own.
Okay, so
An outcast.
Okay, so Professor. Okay, so Professor Notorious here. Excellent, Smithers. Excellent. Very good indeed. Right out of the gate, and in the
with the big one.
big one. Oh, Devar, did you just run a train through your microphone?
I have no idea what I just ran.
So, okay, in between you and me, we are. Anyway. Oh God! Fabulous! He really says that.
Fabulous.
That is some atrocious writing right there.
Fabuloso. No, it's not atrocious writing. It's just this character that's kind of stereotypical.
Just that one line. Just that one line. Fabulous was the bad line. Everything else was fine.
But actually, there is a very important point to this character.
Well, to see about that.
You know, it's actually kind of easy to deduct. He's projecting his failed career as an artist to her pupil, which is Rin. Yes. Anyway.
Okay. Chuckling, he shifts some papers around on his desk for a few moments. When he's done, he appears to have made some sort of decision. He will have the Coca-Cola. I don't know.
Yeah, because Pepsi Cola sucks.
Yeah, Pepsi sucks.
Anyway, very well then. I'll be drinking my Coca-Cola while someone else answers this question. Let us run with this and see where he gets us, shall we? What kind of an answer is that?
That's what I want to know. Let's run with this and see where it gets us. As in,
I'm still trying to. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just going to say whatever came to mind, and it was basically. That's like saying, let's go across the train tracks and see if a train hits us.
And that's the story of how Equestria was born.
I'm just trying to figure out in what universe a teacher shows up to a class with absolutely no plan. This just strikes me as odd.
Yeah. Actually, it's not. It's technically this is not art class. This is a
Art
art
club.
club.
Oh, it's a club. Okay, well that makes infinitely more sense. Okay, it's a club. You can get away with that. So I thought it was class. I'm like, man, this guy's a terrible teacher.
And I had those kind of teachers in high school.
What's
so-
his tongue out?
Yeah.
I can only assume he's trying to do some improvised performance art of his as an homage to his dead dog or something.
Either that or either that is a homage to his favorite band, Kiss.
No, Michael Jordan. He really likes Michael Jordan,
Michael Jordan?
the basketball player.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
He used to stick out his tongue when he dunked.
Oh,
Does nobody remember that? He used to.
I
Every dunk he
absolutely.
put out his tongue.
This my only memory of Michael Jordan is with a really bad film that I want to remember. Anyway,
He actually did in that movie even. He stuck his tongue out when he dunked. That's always
do you
his thing.
think that all the things that movie threw at me, that is the one thing I'm going to remember?
True. That's okay. Fair enough. True, that's one of the things that would be hard to remember from that terrible film. Sorry.
Anyway. Oh my! Hey! Hey! Nomiya, are you trying to steal my catchphrase? Said George Norstakei from the distance. Even an old fogey like me gets
Fogey.
excited. Fogey.
Yes.
Gets excited when such delicious enthusiasm is present. Oh my, indeed. I feed off your enthusiasm. It is so delicious. I'm going to suck your souls.
Right. All my nope, all your nope, all Madhog's nope, all Mark's nope, all the internet's nope. Nope. No.
Apparently Lomiya is secretly Slender Man.
It explains the licking the lips at least, like the delicious line. At least kind of gives some background at least.
Let me gather my thoughts a moment so I can figure out a good starting point for everyone. I'd say lower my waistline. That's a good starting
Oh,
point for
God.
everyone.
No.
Oh,
Mark.
okay.
Sorry.
For some reason, the teacher seems to be almost literally bursting with excitement. I almost can't take that line seriously at this point. He scribbles a few things down on a loose sheet of paper, then cleans his glasses with the handkerchief.
I'm starting to get
Wait,
a straight. I'm starting to get a
That's what
straight.
he
Sorry.
Okay,
Oh, that's right. He just wiped the sweat with that, didn't he?
Okay, everybody take turns.
Okay,
What
alright.
what were you saying, Mark?
Well, I'm just confused because he wiped sweat with his handkerchief, then he cleaned his glasses. Isn't that dirty? How did that?
The sweat cleans his glasses.
I guess I wouldn't think that'd be very effective.
Well, I was about to say whether I think I realize how come he's not, become famous with his art.
If
What's in this face like it's like he's done.
yeah, he's dropped the microphone and so like walk away.
Mark,
He's
go on.
actually an narcoleptic. He strikes a pose, then freezes for an overtly dramatic, artistic pause, then spans what must be half a minute.
and yet he is still having his hands on his
Hips.
sides. On his hips.
Yeah, like, you go, girlfriend, I've got the hips.
He must have a very strong core to keep that position for this entire time.
And that's kind of a staple in visual novels.
Yeah, I figured. It's so quiet I could hear a pin drop.
Bing. First, let's come up with a few questions that we
Want
that
answered.
we want answered. Such as what is art and why does art exist? Wow, you're doing the exact same thing every art teacher does when they presented with a question they cannot answer. They circle around it in some very ridiculously turnabout way and throw them back as a form of another Android's question to the students.
Also,
That's,
rhetorical question.
extremely rhetorical. Anyone have any question that might be related? Yes. Where'd you get those glasses? I want to burn the the society, the fabric, the people. I want to burn to death the people who made those glasses. I want to explode. I'm going to explode their buildings with a bomb, and I'm going to walk out of the explosion slowly and in a dramatic fashion, and then I'm going to kiss my vampire lesbian girlfriend.
And you're gonna forget that you did the explosion just a few pages later.
Yes. well, kind of. Actually,
Yeah,
no.
kind of.
Actually, they don't forget about that, but.
Oh, okay.
But they have another explosion, another building exploding. Oh.
All right. The boy with sunglasses pipes up almost immediately. His
Oh,
voice
that's
is
me.
soft and quiet, and I have a hard time making out what he says.
Yeah, I was to say, I am still having post-traumatic disorders from that fan fiction, by the way.
What defines an artist?
That's
Do you have
that's
to answer that, or just a question for the book?
that's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
And the answer, your glasses.
What, the glasses of the artist?
No, those pink glasses.
Yes, the pink glasses
Artists
of the
have
artist.
pink glasses. That's the answer.
Uwe Boll is the ultimate artist.
Yes.
I think.
Well, if your definition of artist is a guy who doesn't take any criticism, then yes.
It literally beats people up when they say bad things about him.
Well, at least threatens them, that's for sure.
You know, he's boxed people. He's like actually beat people up that made fun of him.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a great guy. All right, I already did this. After him, another question comes up.
If I fill a cardboard box with water and call it art, is it art?
Yes. Next question.
Sure. Everyone laughs at that, even the teacher.
Even
Yes,
the narrator
even me.
laughed at it.
Even
And then
me.
they castigate the kid till he leaves school.
Great, wonderful, all of those.
No,
Does
they're
any-
not great.
Does anybody have a question about about Schrodinger's cat too? Is the cat alive or dead? Let me start by saying that this is not a clear-cut issue by any means.
Oh, thanks a
And
lot.
What?
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah, and as such, I'm not going to give any answers to you. I'm only going to speak from my own perspective. And now, excuse me while I'm going to dress up and I had to ready to sing. I'm just a sweet transvestite,
Also,
transsexual.
to be honest,
Transylvania.
if he's gonna say it from his own perspective, I'm just expecting him to get a large pillar and a really long ladder, climb up to it, and speak from the top of there.
Well, I would have been content with a soapbox, but all right. Scholars have argued about these sorts of questions since time immemorial.
So you're saying people have been asking if they put something in a box, is it considered art? That's a question that's been argued for centuries.
Well, obviously not, but okay. Let's give this guy some credit.
Yes.
At least he's providing an answer related to his subjective experience with art.
Yeah.
So kind of, and there has never really been a broadly applicable consensus reached. Unlike the unanimous consent about people not liking my tie for some reason.
And my really cruddy eyebrows.
But no matter, I beat them to death because they dare criticize my tie. so there are no critics left. Art wins at the end. There are, however, some qualities that must tend to generally agree upon. Hopefully, you all should find this acceptable as well.
Not good enough, man.
Now let's talk about how cool my jacket is. In short, art defines itself. That's a point that I am not completely 100% behind, actually. But
Nope, I'm not
that's
either.
that's an argument for another time.
Yep.
It simply cannot be contained to a definition from the outside, since the boundaries of art expand and contract from forces within. I am not.
What?
Okay, here's the thing. You know, if there weren't people on the outside criticizing art and opening discussions about art, art wouldn't have evolved. It would have stayed the same. So, the art doesn't define itself. Art is defined, well, not both by itself and the outside influences. To say that art is not influenced by facts of history or criticism or events that happen in real life, but it's like saying that that media are pointless.
Yeah.
It's really an old, outdated argument.
Yeah.
But at least that's my opinion.
I tend to agree with you on that.
Thank you.
I have slightly different opinion, but I'd rather not go into that conversation just yet.
Okay, this is going. Okay, we're.
We're not sure to this like really serious
2
art
hours.
discussion.
2 hours from now, we're still going to be here
Talking about art. That's why I want to basically just skip to the next bit and talk about look how mad he looks. He's like, I better put on my best man face for this.
I have a machine.
With those glasses, he doesn't really pull. Seriously, did you excavate Andy Warhol's tomb to get those glasses? Anyway, every day someone somewhere comes up with something completely outrageous that challenges any and all preconceptions.
Okay,
Well,
I can see that part.
But someone somewhere every day, that's a bit optimistic.
Yes, it is a bit optimistic.
The core reason for this is that rather than the rational side of the mind, art appears to the intuition, the instinct, the primal. The primal.
Down, boy, down.
I'm a monkey, not a dog. You would find it very hard to explain why exactly it is that you enjoy same particular style or piece, no?
Is the ability to articulate why you like art a sign of like, education, understanding, and learning?
Yeah, that's an extremely good point. It doesn't wait for a
That's
response.
the narrator.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't wait for a response before continuing.
Oh god, no, he's continuing.
He's gonna keep going.
Is this entire episode going to be the Professor Nomiya one night stand show?
Just the pink jacket monologues.
Hey, hi, I'm Larry. I'm Nomiya, the cable guy. This is exactly why. I'm just trying to change the voice because
He's trying to one up Conan O'Brien at this rate.
I'm trying to because I've been trying to do a failed Team Curry for the past half an hour more. I'm kind of tired of that. This is exactly why. So art is the sort of wild, uncontrollable thing that lurks somewhere
Deep.
and into the subconscious. Now, why does it exist?
Panomia.
No, but no, me.
Oh, it's Nomia. Nomia, I got it this time. Nomia apparently expects someone to pipe up with a guess. But as nobody dares to interrupt his inspired speech, he continues, I couldn't take that serious.
Inspired
I
is
think-
not the word I would use.
I think now the students are taking him seriously in the slightest. I think the visual novel is pretty much self-aware at this point. It was a trick question. You see, art also validates itself.
But without the person, how can you validate art?
Without people enjoying art and having art influence their lives, how is art even, validate? If art is validated by itself, then it doesn't need to be exposed, does it? It doesn't need to be known. It doesn't need to be art.
I said that in shorter line to what you just said.
That's the kind of thing that activates the rant mode in my brain. So
Yes, I can see that.
I'm with you on that all the way, man. That's a stupid statement.
High five. Yes, there is some problem of synchronization, but
It's close enough.
Just video edit synchronization.
now I'm lazy. Generally speaking, you might say that art exists for no other purpose than itself. Boo.
Boo.
That's pretentious thinking. It's something that exists merely to leave a mark in history. It's something to leave a mark in. It's something that exists to leave a mark in an individual, just as leaving a mark in a community or indeed history. That's
Emotionally speaking, yes.
emotionally, intellectually, in however way. It's
I think it was Brecht that said art for art's sake is like beer for beer's sake.
It's the legacy of Cain defiance of a mortal against the face of darkness.
What anime synopsis are you reading from?
It's the chosen one that shall save the land, Middle Earth, from the evil Sauron and his army of orcs. What is this? This is this Dungeons and Dragons? Oh wait, I know what this is. Once again, the world might fall prey to an ancient evil.
Not parental flaws.
As was once said, art is truly the proof of our existence. You all should know the human culture and civilization.
I think you're failing at that.
are tightly tied to the existence of art.
Yes, he failed so badly. You get a gold reward for effort. Here, have a gold star on me.
Ow! You're right in the eye. Thank you, Devar. Okay. Then, what about artists? What drives a man to dedicate
Or
his
woman.
life? Yeah, exactly. What drives a person to dedicate his life to a thing so fickle and mysterious that it even defies definition? Your face defies definition.
Even though I've been trying to define it for the last 10 minutes, it has no definition. I've basically been wasting all of your time.
There are so many answers for these as there are artists, but if I
Had to put it into words.
had to put it into words, an artist doesn't make art because he can, but because he must. Actually, I kind of agree with that. Actually,
Yes, I kind of agree in the sense that people have the urge to do something like that.
yes, I had to make the videos. I don't, but maybe that's addiction. Anyway.
Actually, this is secretly an intervention we didn't want to tell you until we got into a little bit.
Oh no! Are you going to have the magic pill that allows you to talk? And
Yes, it's...
Oh, no.
No, we're
It
just
looks
gonna.
like a Pikachu.
Madhog. We're just gonna bring in one of your old friends who is the Pinkie Pie statue to talk to you about your how videos have changed you for the worse.
Okay, if I had to pick one intervention in one entire lifetime, I'd pick that one intervention from that episode of Breaking Bad. Yes, because that was great.
Or he just tells bullshit and leaves.
I have the pillow now, so I'm talking.
Okay, Mark, carry on.
Anyway, Nomiya, please.
Nomiya takes a pause at his... I can't. What is
Gaze.
that? And his gaze sweeps over his audience, eyes flaring with passion.
My eyes are on fire.
They're popping out of the skull.
Oh, maybe we can see that George Takei nurse.
Oh, I really hope so at this point. It is obvious that art touches the very soul of each and every human being in one way or another. So, if you were given a chance to connect with your fellow man No, correct. Like, correct this guy. Connect with your fellow man in such a fundamental way. How could you not?
How could we do it?
Also, my mouth now is slightly opener than it was before. There is a poem I am very much fond of. No,
Oh
please,
god,
not the
no, no
poem.
poetry.
Anything but the poem, please.
That's get ugly.
Oh, what is okay? What is this? Ichigo's Guide to the Galaxy? Are you going to kill us with bad poetry? There is a poem I'm very much fond of, and I shall recite that the most well-known part of it to you now.
Okay, then we're done. We don't need to. Then you don't need to reiterate it if it's well known.
I feel that, for me personally, all of possible things to capture best the essence of what it means to be an artist. Wasn't this a game about a boy meeting a girl and having a story or something?
Yes, I thought that was supposed to be the case, but apparently it was about art.
Okay, it's this is actually worse than Art Attack, and that's saying a lot. Nomiya leans
That's the
against.
narrator again.
Oh yeah.
Nomiya leans against the desk as he clears his throat in preparation.
So
Looking.
have you ever? Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you.
I was just gonna read the line, so no, that's fine.
No, it's fine. I'll save this joke for later.
Okay. Looking at some distant place, he utters the words in the heavy afternoon air with his soft basso voice. Does that say basso?
Basso, yes.
So,
Basso. Oh yeah, okay.
okay, and here's the poetry. Did you know that the bird is the word? Everybody needs
Read
to
it
know
properly.
the bird is the word. to see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. Choose wisely.
There once was a man from Nantucket who had a. Oh, sorry, I can't say that one on air.
Honest, I should be awarded some kind of award for reciting that poem right now.
I give it a 1.
Oh, come on.
I'll give it a 2. I'll be more generous.
Out of 3.
Out of 3. Oh, there you go.
I'll be more generous.
Better.
1.5.
Your face is 1.5.
Mine's only a 1. All right.
Because there is only one of you.
There's a. That's true. Thank goodness. Nobody else has to look at the face. Good. Right.
Can
There's a-
continue?
Yeah, let's
Yeah, I'm
continue.
going. Yeah. There's a solemn and unbelievably awkward silence after he finishes reciting the sword fragment. Nobody dares speak a word.
Because they all realized Santa Artica was a better lyric writer. Mark, you again.
Oh, no! Nomiya clears his throat again.
You mean it's not over? Oh no! There's more.
Woman, yes.
Take
To be.
To be or not to be an artist, like in my case. To be an artist is to see the world in a grain of sand. You see, dear children of the night, without art, there would not be much to live for in this world. In this world, is man really have control of his destiny? Oh no, wait, that's the intro for Berserk. It is a most profound thing from another planet. Oh gosh.
Now, yeah, it's me now. He is clearly touched by his notion, by this notion. That's funny with his. I almost expect to see a long tear rolling down his rough cheek, but it never comes.
Thankfully.
Yes.
Oh, finally, we're changing person. Oh, Rain, I love you so much right now.
I turn to Rin and I whisper to her.
What kind of pretentious bullcrap is that guy spouting in the last half an hour? Always whispering, of course.
So how is this a discussion circle?
This is the most painfully obvious question you could ask.
That is the best. That is the best line so far.
Yeah, okay, that's some good writing right there.
I don't know why, but with my Homer Simpson impression of when he whispers to someone, just makes it more funny to my head.
She shrugs nonchalantly back at me.
Oh my goodness.
The previous ones were the same.
Oh my god, he keeps reading the same poem over and over again.
Oh, glorious day.
To his credit, Nomiya does try to get some debate going, but the club seems to be reluctant to comply.
Oh gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, gee, I feel a bit guilty about opening my mouth. Maybe we would have been spared from this.
Oh, curtain to death, thank you.
The curtains of death, which are the transitioning curtains,
Okay.
hopefully will bring this day to an end.
Oh, that means as the meeting comes to a close, I realize we haven't once. Yeah, no. I realize we haven't once touched any paint or pens today, and I feel somewhat disappointed. You would talk covered in paint.
He's back. His face is a painting.
Can we have some way to, have an option to clear his model?
I think we will have to crack the game itself. If you crack the game, you crack in real life.
Nomiya suddenly appears next to us. He seems to be still fired up from the speech he delivered. He does look fired up, yeah.
Yeah, look at that passion in his eyes.
Honestly, I would like to see him on fire.
Yeah. He's got the crazed look of a man who's just killed another man.
With his awful fashion sense.
Yeah. Bronson Pinchot walks in and says, "Your clothes are too loud. Their clothes are too loud. What are you gonna do?" His cologne smells musky and saccharine at the same time, giving me an instant headache, even though I am not sensitive to perfumes. He is looking at Rin like a hungry wolf. Jesus.
Oh my god, no.
This okay, Davar. I'll take oral noobs, all the internet, and also all the universe's noobs, put them together, and throw into a big one giant black hole of noobs.
I was just gonna say, I need 10 adults.
One for every dot in his awful tie. Suzuka, my boy. I mean, Suzuka. Do you remember Miss
Sayonji.
Shionji?
Repeat after me, Madhog.
Are you sure that's how it's supposed to be pronounced? It's Japanese. It's a Japanese name.
Yeah,
or not?
Sayonji.
Oh, there is. You mean there is a?
Yeah.
Say, it's okay. It's blurry for Skype. We know that. Miss Sayonji, who visited us at the festival. Stop skipping the dialogue before I finish reading it.
I do it by accident.
Twice. I think so. Oh wait, we're not whispering anymore. This circle is bullcrap. Oh wait, was I supposed to say that whispering and the other thing was oops? I am going. Okay. I'm doing all the voices. So, Dama,
Okay.
would you like to do Nomiya?
Oh, with pleasure.
Of course.
I'm going to tell you something amazing.
Also gnarly.
The thing is, she's a very well-known gallerist around here. It turns out I might be able to get her to consider having some of your work put on display.
We're getting to the core of the story. Finally.
Oh, this has a point?
Yes, it is a point. It is.
Oh, good.
It's kind of the most important point, actually. Well,
Oh, wow.
as far as the moving the plot forward is concerned.
Okay, cool. Alright. He ends his sentence with a dramatic gesture. It seems he's expecting Rin to show some sort of joyous, shocked reaction at such grand news, but she just stares at him blankly.
But that's a pretty good one. Magnificent, isn't it? This could be a real chance for us to get a head girl. Yes, a head.
Us? Us? There is no us. I'm going to leave you in the dumpsters as soon as I get famous, jerk. But
Now, I know what you're about to say. Yes, it wouldn't be a simple affair, but I think this is an absolutely fantastic opportunity.
apparently it's such a fantastic opportunity, Devar has smashed this table.
Now I smash the arms of my chair in
Okay.
excitement.
So thrilled about the opportunity.
Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we even made it big.
Big time! So much larger than life.
This could be the first step, and then, when the world is out, we strike while the iron is hot. Right, Nakai?
This might be a bit overwhelming for a high school student who's, just slow down a little bit.
Like one of
Yeah.
those exploited parents.
Yeah, it does sound pretty great. If you're into that kind of thing. See? We should definitely not let this one pass. Am I right?
Or am I right? I don't really. Oh wow, she looks really uneasy, and
I know.
I'm feeling bad for her. I just wanted to take her away from this man. As
I think that's the whole point of this scene right now.
yes, it's kind of a point of the character itself, the character of Doctor Notorious Mia Naomi Campbell, there, Tim Curry.
Okay, let's carry on.
Rin seems to be troubled for some reason. I can't figure out why. But Nomiya is saying does indeed sound like a possibly great thing. She looks pretty down though and confused. I've never seen her like this.
So, what do you think?
Rocks.
Okay. Oh, Rin looks up to her teacher's glowing face, then back down at her desk.
Apparently he is like Jesus right now. He's just glowing that passion.
I'll think about it.
Nomiya is at last taken slightly aback by Rin's lack of superlative delight. Yeah, it's a point sentence. Then he smiles wildly at her and gently pats her head.
She's not a dog, you know.
Yeah.
She's not your pet.
Oh, good lord. Good.
Seriously, good girl. And she is not retarded.
Good girl. Yes. Good girl.
He was going to brush her arm slightly, but he didn't want to seem insensitive.
This guy. I didn't hate him as much the first time I played this game, but now I'm really starting to not liking him.
Yes, he seems like he wants to go on the coattails of his pupil.
Pretty much. That's kind of the whole point.
It's like all those athletes' dads that just follow their kid around,
Yeah.
claim all their success.
Yeah, like fathers who project themselves on their sons to do the sport, or the mother projects herself on her daughter who goes to a beauty contest, and everything. It's all the same, really.
Yeah, vicariously.
Okay, let's continue.
The club meeting is finally over, and and as I lazily collect my things and help clean up, I start feeling exhausted for some reason. There isn't much to do, however, so it's over quickly. All right.
Okay, so we're alone.
And we
outside the-
stage transition to the scene from K-On! Yes, I know you don't like it, but I thought I'd make a reference at least.
I don't like it. Well, it's not that I don't like it. In order not to like someone, I would have to feel something from it.
Ah, I get you now.
That show is such a non-entity of a show. It's just, I'm blank inside.
Okay.
That was the hallway from True Grit. I'll just make a reference that I know. There you go.
Well, you're the Western guy, so that
Yep.
makes sense.
All right. I catch up to Rin, who left the club room just a moment earlier, so we're walking down the stairs to the ground floor where I tried to go over Nomia's passionate speech about art, and Rin seems to be lost in thought. Not an unusual state for her, I've learned, but something about her expression makes me feel uneasy.
Penny for your thoughts?
That'd be too cheap. Somebody must have the best thoughts in the world.
You're just overpricing your thoughts.
Okay, honestly, you shouldn't be doing that. The thought stock market has been plummeting as of late. I wouldn't be able to sell them anyway. I'm not sure what I'm thinking now yet. That'd be fraud too, like stealing a candy from a baby. Hey, that's a great idea. Let's go do just that.
Stealing candy from a baby's not fraud; it's theft. Oh.
That's what you just said. That's theft, not fraud.
Oh, Mark, I think you can relate with this character.
Yeah, apparently we're very similar in thought.
I have to think about what I think.
And then you have to think about thinking about that thinking what you're thinking.
Thinkception! Boom!